Hello and welcome to My Little Podcast. I'm Gary, and with us today is...
Shelly?
Shelly?
And Resin.
I don't know your name, hon?
Yeah,
That's okay.
No, Shelly is my mom.
Yeah.
Gary's my dad.
Yeah.
I'm their son.
Who's missing today?
Bree is feeling a little underweathered, little stomach thing going
is.
on with her. So we're having to try to wing this today.
Yes.
So, but good thing that Gary's got a lot of winging ability.
I can wing it. I'm professional at it.
Yeah, you got the shirt and everything to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically trained. I went to school for it. So, all right. Well, we're going to have a great podcast today. We've got lots of exciting stuff available for everybody to kind of tune into. The podcast is every week we do this.
Also, too, this is going to be most likely a little shorter than usual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because we're missing 1/4 of our crew.
Yeah.
So.
Which really makes up like 90% of
She
what we
does.
do.
She's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And the problem is they've left it into my hands, so who knows what could happen.
We're also going to draw a winner
We are.
of the
For
giveaway.
the giveaway, yes.
A couple weeks back, actually.
Yeah, it's the Hummingbird canvas that we had people put their word giveaway in the episode 30, and everyone who put the word giveaway, no matter how capitals or lowercase, it won't matter, but as long as they got the word giveaway,
As long as it was spelt right.
Yep. As long as you got the word giveaway in there, you are entered into the contest.
Yes.
Or into the giveaway. And
Not really a contest.
no, it's not
That's
a
a giveaway.
contest. And then we're going to just randomly select here a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And then how it will work is to claim your prize, you actually comment again, just write down. Okay. To claim your prize, you just want to comment that, hey, it's me or whatever down below. And then what we'll do is we need to find a way to get a hold of you. We really don't want you, obviously, to put your address in there.
No.
For all to see.
No. Or phone number.
Yeah, so we don't want phone numbers just for your
Try to
own
keep your
protection,
personal,
your own
yeah.
It
privacy.
is a public comment.
Yeah. So if you can just give us a way to contact you, either an email,
A Twitter name,
Yeah,
a Facebook name,
Instagram,
Instagram
however
name.
you'd like us
Send
to
up a flyer.
send up a flare.
and then we'll get a hold of you privately that way, and then we can get your
Make
address.
sure, too, it's the official one contacting you, too. It will be our official Homestead. Make sure, too. So, but yeah.
Yeah, and then I would give it probably 3 to 6 weeks for it to arrive, because we're actually we'll contact the company that makes the canvases, and then we'll drop ship directly to you. If you're overseas, then it will obviously it's going to take a little bit longer than, I would say, probably 3 to 6 weeks for people in the United States, and maybe I don't know how much longer, but expect a little longer if you're outside of the United States.
Or maybe less. It kind of depends.
Yeah, you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
But
So should we draw a winner?
Are you guys ready?
Dun, dun,
Are you
dun,
ready,
dun,
Shelley?
dun,
Do we
dun,
have
dun,
all of
dun,
our
dun, dun. We need like a
our
drum roll.
Yeah.
T's crossed and eyes
yeah.
dotted?
So Bryson's gonna
All right, here we
gonna
go.
Okay, here we
yeah.
go. So, dun, 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 dun.
And it's all the numbers are flashing. All the
Slow internet.
names are coming.
Oh, and our winner is Pasa Feno?
Pasafino 27.
Pasafino?
Pasafino 27. So that's awesome. So to claim your prize,
Congrats, man.
Yeah, so go ahead and just comment to this video in a way of us to get a hold of you, and
Yep.
we'll be contacting
Saying
you.
I claim
Now,
my
Give us a social.
We had a lot more, wanting to be part of the giveaway, and so we thought, well, let's do 3 winners. So we're still going to do 2 more here too. So let's go
All right.
a couple more.
Cool. Okay, so next winner is going to be. Oh wait, I have to hit the start button. Is going to be drum
Dun, dun,
roll.
Ooh, Elsie Trendle. Or maybe it's Elise Trendle.
Elise?
It's ELISE space TRENDEL. Elise Trendle. Congrats. It's, by the way, the size of it will be an 8x10, the Hummingbird canvas.
Or 10 by 8 if you put it on its side.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably
If you
would be
put
that
it
way.
sideways, it's a 10 by 8.
And it's going to be sideways because you wouldn't want to turn it. Well,
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
can do
unless
8
you
by
want your
10.
hummingbirds like flying into the ceiling.
And if you put it upside down, it's still the same thing.
That's true. Then it's a 10 by 8.
Or an 8 by 10, depending on which way you put it.
That's true. All right, we got one more. We got
what
one
is
more,
it?
Brian.
Wait.
We're giving away
Wait.
3.
What is it when you do it at a diagonal?
Well, then it's
Triagonal?
Diagonal.
Triagonal.
Then it's, yeah. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
thinking. You're outside the box.
Complicated.
Outside the 8x10 on this one.
You're making my brain hurt.
Okay, let's see
All
what
right.
else. Come on.
Gosh, we go to
This is
give one
fun.
way. We're giving 3. All right, here we go. Last winner. I
last
think,
one.
Right? Okay, here we go. Drum roll, please.
Oh, the names are flying up. And, Brian Mulligan. Brian Mulligan. Last name is spelled capital Mulligan.
Congrats.
Brian. Yeah, congrats, Brian. All right. So just go ahead and comment below, like I said, with a way for us to get in contact with
Remember,
you.
it is a public
How many were there
comment.
total as far as the entered the
Bryson, how many did you
giveaway?
have for the total?
900
so
and some change? It was a
The
lot.
total participants. The total participants is 947.
Wow.
Now,
Thank you, everybody. So that's
to-
wonderful.
Anyway, yes, that, and remember too that only one counted. So if you put in multiple, it's still only one counted. Only one user per. So
Yeah, that's
that
okay.
is
One
all.
giveaway
All right,
per
so
one giveaway.
Be sure
Yes.
to comment. Now, if for some reason the 3 of you do not, one or all, whatever, do not claim your prize, you'll.
Sorry.
That's okay. If for some reason nobody claims their prize or somebody misses out on claiming the prize, next Monday, if we have not sent out 3 canvases,
Yep.
we'll go ahead and
We'll do
pull
another
another
drawing.
name.
Yeah.
Well, until we get all 3 of them
Yep.
picked.
Awesome.
So, but I'm sure you 3, Brian and Elise and that crazy name,
That was a
will
crazy
all
name.
comment below. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry.
You wrote them down, right?
Oh, Bryson's
I
got
have
them all.
film of them.
Oh, we have a film.
That's
Bryson
what you just
is
heard a
filming
moment
it.
or 2 ago.
Okay.
And
We'll
you-
put that film on our
Yeah, it'll actually show up.
show up.
Yep. So we have
Brian Mulligan.
and then we have drum roll, please. We also have,
We have Elise Trendle.
and then we also have last name here.
Pasafino 27. So very good.
3 winners.
Congrats.
And
I hope you enjoy them.
You'll each get the. Yeah, I think you already said this.
8x10? Yep.
8x10.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a very cool picture.
Okay. Well, let's move forward. Congratulations to everybody participated.
Thank you for participating.
Yeah,
Oh, you did.
we won't be taking any more names on that today. So as of that time
Officially ends.
of this, but we sure appreciate everybody participating and being a part of it. So it's gonna be fun to send those out.
It's
Yes.
gonna be awesome.
There's another thing that we have going. Bree just talked with us yesterday about what she wants to do, and I think we can probably get this out fairly soon. I'd say within 3 to 4 weeks. And what she wants to do is get an outline of each of her T-shirt designs, her merch designs, and put them as PDFs. Just the outline of so that it's in coloring book style, and we'll get those out on our website, and so kids can download those PDFs and color and have coloring pages of each of her designs. So we'll be working. Bryson actually been working on that. He's been working a lot on the website.
Now
And we're
it's
gonna
not
be-
just for children. I think that some of us adults might want to color those in too. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
all ages, fun for all
Yep.
ages.
Fun for all ages.
So, and those will be on. You'll have to go to the Bree tab on the MyLittleHomestead site, and they'll show up there.
Yeah,
Bree
and we'll
tab
let you
have a
know
little
when
guest
those are
section.
available. But Bryson's been doing a revamp of the website, and we're really excited. But he's doing
A really big
a
revamp.
really big revamp. So he's got a lot
Changing
of
the whole system. It
yeah.
looked the same, but underneath the hood, it's completely changed.
Yeah, well, it's going to look a little better.
Work better, too.
Yeah,
It's
it's going to
true.
work better
It
and
will
look
work a
better,
little better,
and
but-
so that's pretty exciting. But that's going to be farther down the road. We'll get the coloring pages out sooner. So
Yeah, that will be in the Bree tab.
yeah,
Very cool. Okay, so now commenting on our newest weekly peek where Garen.
oh yeah, okay.
built
So
okay, go ahead.
yes, so the number one comment on last week's video, which was on Garrett and Ellie getting a tractor. The second one was where you guys were working on the pantry doors, the
Yep.
pantry sliding barn doors. So the number one comment was by Kevin Finkel. He said, "Save the sawdust." Hi, Kevin. By the way, Kevin's been with us a really long
Yeah,
time.
forever and ever.
We feel like we know him.
Yeah, we actually call him the old Kevin, Finkel. He's been around forever. So.
Ooh! You gotta be careful.
wait.
He's
wait.
probably young.
He's
the
probably
young
he's
Kevin
probably
Finkel.
20 years old and just like resents that.
So anyway, Kevin says, save the sawdust from the door, use a muffin tin and pack the sawdust and then melted wax into the sawdust. And when it hardens, you can use them for fire starters for the rocket stove heaters.
Interesting.
You got a thing for your beehive wax now you can do.
Ah, yes. The other thing that I've seen people do with them is they'll take sawdust and they'll let the layers. A guy took like a sawdust bin.
Yeah.
And he took a container, a canister, and put it inside that bin. And as he cut different layers, different versions of different wood, sawdusts fell in that container. And he pulled that container out, filled it with resin, and then carved it. And it had all these different wood sawdust textures to it. That was really, really neat.
That's
the
cool
saw
too.
pan made me think of that. The saw pan, if you took the pan, right, and you sprinkled the different sawdust layers in there, you could design the different woods you want. And then, you put resin in there.
Yes.
But I like the idea of fire
Yes,
starters.
Kevin, thank you. That's a really, really cool idea.
That's really cool.
We had also Harold Domingu, Domagong. I'm not sure.
Let me see it.
Okay. He commented also to Kevin's comment, and go ahead and read
Domague.
Oh,
I guess. I don't know. I'm
he
sorry if
says,
we butchered your name.
Sorry if we're
Yeah.
let's just call him Harold.
Harold.
I think we're safe there.
Yeah, whatever.
So Harold comments and says, better use the sawdust in the garden. Better yet, or another idea. Another idea is to use the sawdust in the garden and add it and mulch it in to hold in the moisture so the plants they can get more water and the roots don't dry out. That is really super. Thank you, Harold. That's really super important for us here out in the desert. And we usually every year take a trip to, there's a place we can get a whole truckload of wood chips. And every year we do that for that very reason. Sawdust would do the same thing. So thanks. That's a good idea.
Elise Trenendell, one of our winners. I'm sorry, I just brought up the comment to look at it.
Yeah.
She goes giveaway, right? And then she has, that is a beautiful car.
Oh, it's cute.
Because she has Beacomb on it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, there's Elise. Oh,
Okay.
very cool.
I'm sorry, I just want to bring that up.
Yeah, she's got a little picture. That's cool.
Okay. Sorry, next comment.
Okay, and then Ken Shores says, yet another peek over the fence, like visiting the neighbors. Take care. So that's kind of cute because that was kind of the idea of the weekly peek character was, like the old what was the show with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Yeah, what was that one? It was
Tim Allen and.
Is it like Outdoor Man or something? Or?
No. That's this.
Oh, that's the
one.
new. A tool
Home
time.
Improvement.
Oh, Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Home Improvement. Yeah, and he had the neighbor where he would kind of.
Yeah, we never saw his face, just the top
Yeah.
of his head or a cap.
So that's kind of where we got the idea for the weekly peek guy,
Yeah.
with the neighbor kind of peeking
Do you
over.
remember that Bree and I did a skit, one of our
Yeah.
videos a long time ago that kind of did something like that. Remember that?
We were going
Yeah.
to have him pop in. Remember, we have him pop in and say things in the video?
That's probably why he has the kind of the old hat and stuff.
Yeah.
On the fence.
Yeah.
It's from that.
It was from that. Yeah. So.
Bree does phenomenal art.
She does.
Beautiful art.
It'd be fun to do that, the PDFs without the colors, just the line work.
Yeah, that's
That'll
going to
be
be
fun.
fun. I might have to get myself a coloring book.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's just a PDF and then you print it out.
Yeah.
I might have to print myself one. I like coloring. I can't draw worth the life of me, but coloring, I can do.
You do pretty good with drawing. You do pretty good. Yeah. Everybody does pretty good. Shelly says she can't draw, but then when she draws, it's always in 3D. So I'm always impressed. I go, oh wow, she put.
Okay, I'll be honest. I took one art class. I think it was I don't know if it was high school or college, and I only learned how to do that perspective with a box. So you only see that one drawing.
It is true. Everything that she draws does look like a box. So it's perfect.
But I'm glad you're impressed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
That's
to
a
give
cool
away my
circle.
secret.
Looks just like a box.
What's really impressive is when people calculate all of that out calculate those like 3D objects on screen, because they're dealing with 2D, but they have a 3D object, so they have to display that in 3D.
Yeah, Z-Space.
It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Next
What do
comment.
you got?
Next comment. We have one yet? No?
I'm sorry.
I should
I'm
pull
not
it up
Bree.
over here.
Bree would be like so
Bree
on
usually
it.
has
Well,
all these
you know what
comments
happens
prepared,
here
and
is
she has
Bree's got
what,
several
like-
to start us off with, and then you guys were all commenting, and while we're commenting, she's getting more. So
Yeah.
she's always
Okay, I
doing
got
that.
one here. Beverly Kendall says use the sawdust and some glue to fill in where the door split. What was your plan? Thank you,
Well,
Beverly.
there's two ways we can do the
Okay.
sawdust and the glue, and then that fills in. It makes for a nicer fill in if you want to do like a clear stain or something on it. But if we're going to be painting over it, just regular filler, wood filler. So my plan was I had both places, one where we're going to stain and one where we're not. So
Okay.
I'll probably have to do that.
Yeah, either wood filler or that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sam says you should do a shirt with Shay's yellow beehive car. We did that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, go check out last week, or you can even go out to the My Little Homestead to the store, and Shay actually, or Bree actually drew a picture of the car.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very, very cute. But
We were telling her she should have left one of the wheel caps off because actually they're not wheel caps.
Yeah, that's
so apparently Shay had ruined her rim for some reason on there.
She had
So
a
they to
curb
put
or a big
new-
rock or something with it.
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah.
And she ruined the rim, and so they had to put a new tire on there, and they didn't have the same type of rim, so they just put it on there. So she has this one black wheel that's on that one side. And I was telling Bree that she should have left that out of the T-shirt because it would have given
that
a
would
lot
have
of
been.
character.
It's true. Yeah, it's we've had quite a few comments saying, "Oh, please fix that hubcap," which we would have done, but it's not a hubcap. It is the actual wheel.
It
So
is,
we're
yeah.
gonna have to shop around and find that for her.
Nor is it the spare.
Yeah,
It is the real.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet you can find it.
Yeah.
We could find the original one probably somewhere.
There
in
was
the
a couple
junkyard
comments
maybe or
here.
something.
What did you see? The one commenting on my father being in the video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a comment. I wish, if you want to hunt for that one, I think it's right.
You know,
there.
what's
by.
what's really cool about Gary's dad is he did radio for a while. He's got a great voice, and we do have we had a video a while back that we did on Soul Cement years ago, and he offered to come in and we used his voices on that. And he's got just an awesome voice. I just love it. And we've learned some things from him. And one is a little secret that probably the biggest secret that he gave us. And it's not really a secret, but it was well known in the radio business at the time. And it's something that we try to use as often as we can. And that is when we're on camera or when we're speaking right now. He said, always be speaking to one person, because that's really who's ever out there listening right now. It's usually just one person listening. So
One person
we
at a
speak
time.
directly to you and talk to you. And so we don't always do good on that, but you'll see us. We try not to say you guys or,
Hey, homies.
we try not to
Hey,
do plural.
peeps. All those
because
things those YouTubers do.
yeah, it's just more personal, and it's easier I know for me too. I feel better when I'm just talking to one person anyway, because otherwise it would be a little bit odd
The
feeling.
other thing that I'm working on with mine is not talking over other people, because I do that quite a bit.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You get ideas, and my mom used to say, if you didn't interrupt, you couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Well, it was great to do something for Dad. He's 87, so he's up there, and but he was pretty excited to have that way to get out of that shower without feeling like he needed something sturdy to hang on to. So thanks for the suggestions for everybody else too that had sent some things in about suggestions. Thank you for doing that on how to get that to adhere to a wall when you don't have really good surface behind there to be able to latch to. So appreciate that. And go ahead.
Oh, I know. Were you done?
Well, no, I thought you had your.
Oh, yeah,
you took
there
a
is-
breath, so I assumed you were going to breathe.
No, Annette Pope said, if you wet the doors down, it will help the wood move back more naturally rather than a strong force. That was a good idea.
Yeah.
But look, good advice.
Thanks.
Too late.
Where were you last week?
Thanks, Annette. That's a really good
Annette,
idea.
that
We'll
was
have to put that back in our
Next
our
time I have to
memory
do this.
for
Yeah.
next time.
No, that's good. You have to file these things away and remember them for next times. Can't keep breaking doors all the time. So the podcast has been a lot of fun. We've been doing here for several weeks, month, months we've been doing this, and it's been a lot of fun to be able to do that and get the feedback and progress in that direction. So enjoying it a lot.
Oh, good. You got
I was
one.
going to say something,
No,
but
please do.
No. It vanished as quick as I had it.
I thought about it and poof, it was
You
gone.
know those moments when you're like, I have an idea, and then the idea goes whoop, and you go, I don't have an idea. That's what just happened.
Yeah, and we are still working on visuals. We had a suggestion last week of just running things like, just live stream of, the courtyard or, the animals or something like that. And that sounded kind of fun. We might do a little bit of that too. I don't know. That's kind of Bree's deal. She's pretty much in charge of the podcast. So, but we sure like those ideas. Keep those ideas coming too. You definitely have good ideas out there. That's for sure.
Another thing that kind of related to the PDFs that we're going to be putting on the website, Mary Claire Calamafoni. Try that. That's a nice name, huh? She was talking about the T-shirts and things that we have available. The artwork really is what she was talking about. The fantastic artwork, and that she was talking a little bit, I think, about her younger daughter wanting to. Was that it? Was that the one about her younger daughter wanting to draw like that? But anyway, we've had several comments similar to that. Also, again on that one, Mary Claire mentions that I'm beginning to look like David Letterman with this whole beard thing. I'm not sure. Is that a compliment or if you just cursed me? I'm sure. Either way on that one, I guess. But I've been enjoying the idea of having this beard and kind of having that thing go along. It's been fun.
There's another comment by Sherry Winters. And he goes, Gary, why not make some Swedish logs for the rocket stove? Sawdust.
Oh, beautiful.
Sawdust logs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's Cheryl. That's similar probably to Kevin's.
Cheryl?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm far away. I read that as an exclamation mark. So it's like Sherry. But Cheryl, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's good.
But yeah, so Dad, I thought that was actually kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
Making some sawdust logs. Is that like the sawdust pellets, I'm assuming? Is that
Well,
what
it's
you're
kind of
talking about?
it's kind of like the idea of the
Oh,
waxing
more
them all
the-
together as a log and you put them in or glue or
And then you
something.
put them all.
That's
So
a
do
good
we make
idea.
a pellet machine that makes pellets, and we could just chuck the old sawdust in there
that'd
and
be
make
cool.
pellets for the rocket stove?
Okay, let's get on that. Can we have that out for next week?
I have no idea. I'm assuming that if you wet the sawdust down and you press it, it would probably stay together, drying out. Won't it?
Well, if we heat it, it also has glue in it because it's sawdust usually from plywood, and plywood was glued together.
So if we wet it down, heat it up, and squeeze it out of like a little like a pasta
Extruder.
machine.
Yeah, extruder.
You know,
And extrude
like
pellets
a
or
meat.
something.
Or what about a meat grinder? And we heat it up.
Mom's got a meat grinder. Let's go grab that thing.
No.
Well, we get our own meat grinder. But what if we got a meat grinder and then we put like a blade at the end of it to chop it off at certain pellet size?
Yeah.
Would that work?
Yeah. I mean,
How
you
do
could give it a try.
How do they dry it? Do they need like a belt system to dry them out? And then I don't know.
Well, yeah, you would have to dry, but if you heat it up,
to probably make them than it would.
yeah, if our power bill goes up $50 a month, that is not going to help.
Okay,
but
great.
I understand.
This is a good one. This is from Felsan. For future projects, when making panels out of boards, the grain of each board should be the opposite of the two next to it. This will limit and mitigate bowing of the panel. While looking at the end grain, one board has the grain looking like a hill. The next one should be like a valley.
Yeah, it's sunny side up, sunny side down kind of an idea.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome.
You know, I've realized something about my reading. When I have this laptop so far away, I can't always see the letters. Sorry, I have a laptop in front of me that I'm reading comments from, or Mom and Dad are reading most of them. I'm just looking through them.
Well, while they're looking for it, I want to comment maybe a little bit on the tractor that Garen and Ellie have been working on. It was also one of the things I wanted to have around our property is a tractor. I mean, it would have been great to have something that we could pick up a lot of dirt on and get it up in the air 6 feet while we're working on the buildings. We still will. We still have some more to do. But to have a bucket and moving dirt around would have been cool. But he and Ellie were fortunate to have somebody who just gave them the deal of a lifetime. It did mean that, of course, that Karen had to open it up and take a look inside. And Bryson and I, and Garen for that matter, have dropped a couple transmissions and taken a look at them in cars. Yeah. But when he had to do the transmission or the transaxle or the whatever,
massive.
That thing is huge.
I kept wondering, why didn't he call me?
Yeah,
we didn't even no calling.
Him, sure.
I just go watch on the video. I'm like, oh. So hopefully he calls me next time.
But he's got to
put that on. But.
It's like to work on a transmission. Sometimes you can just pull the bolts and drop the transmission out of the bottom, or you pull the engine out and work on the transmission, throw the engine back in.
Take the entire thing apart to get to the transmission.
He had to take in two, break the whole thing in two, and do this. That was pretty incredible.
But from what I understand too, I'm sure once he gets it fixed, the thing would probably never break on him.
Yeah, the idea is
reliable.
You do all the parts at once, get the bearings while he's there, that kind of stuff.
It's kind of cool too. Is now that he's worked on a tractor now, it would be a lot easier to purchase another broken tractor and fix it up.
And bring it to our house?
Yeah, preferably. And bring it to us so we can have a tractor.
I like it.
You know what I like, too, is that he explains really well. He's always been really good at explaining things. And I actually could follow what he was doing, and I enjoyed watching the process of how he figured that stuff out. I would have never been able to figure it out, but it's kind of fun to see how he figures it out.
Yes.
It was always interesting. If you can explain it well, you understand it really well.
Yeah.
So
I've done something with Garen and
cool.
engines. He's just really intuitive.
He just really well
something
with that.
clicks with engines in him. So
it's crazy. He's rebuilt the truck engine. He's done a lot of stuff.
And he's always dreaming about some engine thing he wants to do. He's got, I think we talked about it last week, he's got Gary all on board to,
we're
to soup up his
Mercedes.
So that'll be after building the shop.
Here's the conversation I just kind of saw when Dad was talking with Garen. Dad goes, "Okay, what kind of engine can I put in this, Garen?" Garen goes over there, and next thing I know, this thing looks like a semi-truck engine that's going into this Mercedes.
He had talked about truck engines.
Turbos on the side of it. It's got this crazy, horsepower, baby.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
So you can break the rear end loose and do some, drifting.
Drifting?
Yeah, I'll get the Mercedes out and do some drifting.
I kept telling Dad he should put a supercharger on top and get that nice little, air filter.
Air scoop thing with the big
scoop.
band.
With the belt that comes around.
Yeah,
get a nice pop.
on a 6. That'd be great. 6-cylinder motor. Straight 6. Ooh. How cool. Oh, boy.
Actually, I have another idea.
What?
Why don't we buy that engine for my car, take my engine out, and put it in the Mercedes?
I don't want your Bronco engine.
But I want the other engine.
Well, Renee P. It has a comment here, and I'm going to be sure to tell Bree. She said that tractor would sure make a great T-shirt design. So yes, that's a really good idea. I'm sure that Bree. And then you asked too if he's going to film the entire process. Yes, Garen will film everything. They're real good about filming.
Always does.
And condensing So we'll get to see it.
You get to a point where, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I get like this. I cannot not do a project without filming it. It actually rubs on me wrong. I can't do it. It's not going to be filmed. I can't. It's hard. It's very hard.
It's interesting because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have a camera that's been in their drawer for 10 years. Maybe they take pictures occasionally with their phone. But yeah, I guess picture taking and movie making is.
It's been so much a part of what we do.
Yeah,
it's hard to not film it. I was working on the 3D printer.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute, how can I not film this? You know what I mean? Even though it's just small. And we're like, okay, we'll just take a few shots of it here and there.
Well, I'm glad we did too, because right now Bryson found some parts that are going to be used in the aquaponics for Garen. And so you're going to be printing those. We'll film all that and save links down to where you got that.
It is sure amazing. People will design models and stuff for 3D printing, different parts and things for various objects and stuff. And it's so nice of them to just release it on Thingiverse for free. for people to just download and use personally and stuff, because that's really neat. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone on Thingiverse, searched an object of some kind that I needed, a part to repair something, and it was there.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
remember
many
that
times that's
time that
happened.
when we had like a Ford Expedition or something, and we
The
had
knob.
we had a little knob that was missing for like
That's right.
the heater or something, and we looked on Thingiverse, and sure enough, there it was. It was one of the first parts you printed, and it worked beautiful.
That's right. I printed it and put it. I wonder whatever happened to that. I wonder if it went with that car when we sold it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
One of the things that's been difficult too is that Bryson's doing all this, a lot of time is being spent on the website, and we're like, well, how do we film this? Like,
I know.
so we haven't really filmed anything because that's one thing that we've not found a way to, I mean,
film
unless
quite
you
yet.
just want to watch him sit there coding. It doesn't seem too exciting.
Coding is only fun when you succeed, and that's very minimal.
That only happens
Usually
like
it's-
1 out of 10 times, right?
Yes, but
Okay, Gary. Lincoln Weaver asked this question, and I'm asking it too because
Okay.
he says, "I know you have probably researched this already and know more about it than me. Probably not. But resin gets really hot and might affect the paint. Just thought it might be worth mentioning just in case. Have you looked into that as far as if that'll work?"
Yeah, I think we'll be okay with this kind of paint that I put on there. It's
not gonna
actually
go
a
up in
primer.
flames?
It's a primer paint, so I think
okay.
we'll be okay with that. And also too, if it gets a little warm, it just becomes part of the texture.
Okay.
It won't be a fire hazard
And
of
then
any sort.
the
Yeah, I'm
colors
trying to
she's going to
think
be
of
using are what? What is that? Is that like a powder or
It's
something?
a powder that goes in the resins. That
And it's
colors
made
it.
for that?
It's made for that.
Oh, okay.
The whole system's made for this kind of thing. For
Okay.
this kind of
Yeah, thank you, Lincoln. I was thinking the same
good,
thing.
good eye. Yeah, the heat could be a
it's smart.
problem.
I'm trying to think like how hot that resin gets. We have a thermometer. We have not a thermometer, but a temperature gauge.
Oh.
So we could try it. We could like put it on there and see how hot the resin gets. And then we could look up the flammability of the paint after it dries.
I do
See
remember.
how hot that
Remember the
gets.
bucket of the bucket of resin you did a couple years back there, Sean? We mixed them both together, and we didn't get it on there in time, and it just turned rock solid. It was so hot.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like putting it on wood or something, and just it was the first. I wanted to kind of test it because we hadn't had it before, and I kept getting interrupted, like I do, and I go do something else for a while, and I come back, and I come back, and I'm like, is this bucket of it's like a ice cream bucket. It's half full of this stuff, and it's like it's starting to steam and it's getting hot, and I'm going, what is going on? So I just ran it outside and just placed it on the table or something, and it just worked right there. Nice solid piece.
I think it gets worse too because once you mix more and more of it, it hardens even faster, doesn't it?
I think
Because
so.
I
Yeah,
think
the
heat
high.
triggers it even faster.
Yeah.
So I think when you
Yeah.
have more of it there, it even hardens even faster. Isn't that how that goes? Something like that. Oh, man.
Yes, but I don't think we have any problems with the paint. I think we're good with that paint. It was a
Okay,
good question
good.
to ask, though.
Yeah.
So, but the paint is remember that's just a backing for the resin, so we can get so the resin shines through a little better. I think, rather
Yeah.
than having a mirror backing would be kind of cool too. But I didn't want to go
You
there.
can spray paint mirrors, like reflective.
We're kind of already there.
I know, but I was just dawning
Yeah,
on
it's
me.
true. We could.
You can get. I think it's expensive spray paint, but you can get it, and it will create a reflective surface. I
Okay.
never tried it, but
And Kathy Parton says, for posterity, make sure you carve names in the back of the doors. Maybe the flower door could be a growth chart on the back.
Ooh.
I love that.
Yeah.
We'll do azaleas growth on the
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
Great idea, Kathy.
Grandkids.
Thank you.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We had that for the kids, didn't we? We wouldn't paint the
I
wall
still
because
have
we
it.
actually drew it on the wall. Didn't we draw it
For
on
a
the
time, we did draw it on the
Then
wall.
we
When they got
transferred.
bigger, but when they were smaller, we had a little thing we put on the wall.
wall? Oh,
was-
yeah. It was like made for that. Wasn't
Yeah,
it like
Big
a
Idea
cloth,
Productions, and it was
some veggie tail thing
Veggie
or
Tale,
something?
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Could he put a marker board on the back so you can mark the height as it goes up? Or would a marker do you want permanent?
Permanent, sure. We'll
Oh,
make
yeah.
it a
Yeah, notch
Permanently
it.
sign the name, kind of.
I don't know what we do. Probably notch or something. I don't know.
Laser engrave it.
Yeah.
Preferably not when you're standing there.
Now the back of the, let's see, which the flower goes over the hallway or the pantry? Which does
Flowers
the
over the hallway
So you will actually see the back of the door on that
Oh.
on that
when we
one.
close it.
Yeah.
Or open it, rather.
Yeah, when it's
It's open. Open to the hallway. Close the
Yeah.
hallway off, you see it.
yeah, you'll see the back side of
Yeah.
that.
Because you're not going to see it
So-
unless you're in the closet on the other door.
The other door now, the hummingbird, you won't really, because that'll
I
be the
doubt anyone's
pantry.
You
ever
have to go
gonna
in the pantry, turn the
shut-
light
Yeah.
on, and shut the door.
Yeah,
Shut
so
the
we'll
door.
have to kind of.
Measure the height. Whoop.
Yeah.
Go. Open the door. Go out.
And then you want to show people, come on in.
Come on in, everybody. Let's get in the pantry. Why are we going in here? I want to show you my child's height. Or grandchild. Or niece.
So, what did we do for our third subject? We used to try to have 3 subjects. What was the third subject in last week's video? Did we have a third?
Albuquerque.
Oh, that's right. That was your dad. That was your dad in the
Yeah.
in the barn. That's right. I
Yes.
forgot. That was the third subject. So we just had one segment of that.
He said he nicknamed that the cat bar because the cat had gotten in his feet and he almost tripped over it, and that caught him. He was like,
Calls
so
it
he
the cat
nicknamed
bar
it the
now.
cat bar.
I love my dad. He's so awesome. Yeah, he's. I think we probably gained a big sense of humor from him, and performance and those kinds of things all kind of came from Dad. He's, was like you said, he had done radio early on in life, and loved performance and loved that kind of a thing. And I think he played trumpet too when he was younger.
He was on a
He
radio.
was on the radio, yeah. So
Worked
those
it.
kinds of things, Dad kind of got going with. So
Yeah, he's got the greatest voice.
yes,
He does.
yes.
Beautiful.
Even at 87, it's
Yep.
still not too bad.
Yep. Okay, Tessa Devach says, make sure to do a very thin layer of clear resin before you do the colors. This will fill up any tiny gaps you might have under the edges and keep the colors from bleeding into each other. I'd also suggest doing a test piece to make sure that the rubbery edges will stand up to the heat of the resin as it cures, just to be safe.
Yeah, we probably will. Let's just do that.
That's
We'll do
an
a quick
excellent
test.
That's-
tips there for us,
I didn't
Tessa.
even
Thank you.
Think
Tessa,
about
by the way, is Shay's middle name.
Whoa,
Shay
there you go.
Tessa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to hear that when you yelling at her across the freeway. Why?
Yeah,
Isn't that when
getting
you're
her to
really
come
in
in
trouble?
for dinner.
Yeah, when you're really in
Yeah,
trouble,
you
they
say
start
the full
using your
name.
middle name.
Oh, I gotta
What?
tell you about this. Okay, so Dad
What?
used to whistle to get us kids into dinner.
Well,
'Cause
you guys
we
were
would,
10
we're on a
acres
big
away,
property. We would run out there, build forts. We had a lot of forts. We loved building forts as kids. But you would whistle, Dad.
Yes.
You would whistle. And we had this parrot at the time, parakeet, and it learned Dad's whistle. And what would happen is it knew it could fake whistle Dad's whistle, and we'd come running. And Dad said, I didn't whistle. And it was the bird. It was always the bird. And it was so annoying. And that bird knew it could whistle like Dad and get everyone coming in.
It was so funny. We would all get us tricked all the time. I remember the neighbors had given us that bird because they were, I don't know, the kids were moving out or whatever. And so we had the bird, and he really had the forefront. He was always front and center. We had him, with us. But we were, one day we were working on something, and we didn't want to get him dusty and whatnot. So we had taken him down, and we'd put him kind of safely in the family room, and there was stuff around him and stuff because we had stuff moved. And that particular day, the guy came over to check on the bird, and I was so embarrassed because it looked like we had just stuffed the bird back in this little corner. It's like, let's see, where's the bird? Oh, let's see, where did we put him? It's like, oh boy. But what was really cute about that bird is back when we were raising bunnies, and we just had a lot of them, so we were selling them. So we actually had a magician. A young magician came by to get one of the white bunnies, and he saw that bird, and he just fell in love with that bird. And we're like, and he wanted a bird like that for his show along with the white bunny. And so we ended up giving that or selling it to him. I'm not sure which. I think we gave it to him along with with the bunny because he was so excited about the bird. But
We tend to do that with animals. We're like, oh, you really like that? Okay.
we have a lot of animals,
We do.
here on the farm. Lots of them come and go. So when there's a good fit, we try to,
Yeah,
if
if the animal was born and raised here, we tend to keep them if they're closer. But usually if they're
Yeah. Sometimes, I guess. Yeah.
Sometimes.
We go through a lot of goats too, so we're there.
Oh,
We always
that's
find
true.
homes for them.
We do
too.
have that's been a goat thing,
Yeah.
lots of them.
It's very nice. These recent baby goats we've had. We've got a male baby goat that we brought into the farm.
Yeah.
And that male baby goat absolutely loves people, probably more than he does his pack. But and because of that, he's been training all the other little ones that it's okay to be next to a person, and it's been nice. They've been very friendly. All the baby goats have been more friendly than usual.
Right, and it's easy to make a baby goat friendly by bottle feeding them, but if you only bottle feed a goat one time, you probably don't ever want to do it again.
Don't bottle feed.
They tend to get so attached to you that they start chewing on every piece of you,
Especially your fingers.
especially your fingers, to see if you have milk. I mean, that's just
Yeah, but
It's
it worked
very,
out really good because we had 3 milkers this year because of all the babies, and then for some reason, Garen and Ellie's goat, they weren't able to get her. They had dried her up, expecting to get her pregnant this year, and for whatever reason, it just didn't take. So they were completely out of milk. And they were kind of like, oh, my goodness, now we've dried our goat up. We have no milking goats. She's not pregnant. And we're like, oh, excellent, because we have an extra mama. So they went ahead and took one of the mama and her 2 babies that kind of as a little package deal. Anyway, so they're over there. She's over there, I guess, on the farm.
okay.
So,
It's so nice to have milk. Whew,
yeah.
Every time this time of year comes when we start milking the goats and there's milk in the fridge, it is so nice.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Our grocery
chocolate
bill
milk.
goes way down because it just seems
Yeah.
like we supplement
Drink more
everything
milk.
with milk, and
Just
it's
do.
so
You
fulfilling.
just got some cereal.
Yes, I did. It was some ancient
Like-
sprouted grain cereal. You know how we always are looking for the sprouted stuff. And I actually was going out there to get some more of my sprouted oats, but there was not any of those to be found anywhere online. So I bumped into the sprouted ancient grain cereal or something, and so I got that.
It's amazing. And we were putting fruit in it this morning.
Yeah.
Like cutting up different fruits and putting it in there.
Blueberries, strawberries, bananas.
Good
It's
stuff.
fun.
I'm hungry now.
I wonder if I could keep a miniature blueberry plant in the aquaponics. If I kept trimming it down, do you think I could keep it in there?
I would love for you to try that because
Now-
I've tried blueberries a couple times, and they don't really grow in the desert very well, but they do have some.
Yeah, I don't know. I
know,
know
some
that
varieties, I
the
think.
strawberries. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you already know this, but strawberries in aquaponics grow amazing. Like they grow amazing. We've had some strawberries recently from them, and they are the best strawberries. Never had better strawberries. Sorry.
Okay, so it's okay. You really like those strawberries.
Well, I remember a guy talking about at Walmart.
Oh yeah, he was the one who inspired us.
Ranted and raved about the strawberries. Like, what's with the strawberries? And you grow them, and they are phenomenal. They are amazing.
Good stuff.
Hey, I have somebody here from the exiled New Yorker who says, have people told you all about the bonsai azalea shrubs?
Oh,
They do it.
I'm so glad to hear that. Who was that?
That was the exiled New Yorker.
Oh,
was
thank
seeing-
you. You know, because here's the thing. I got an azalea plant, but I don't know what to do with it. And I was asking Bryson, because he's always looking in bonsais, if I could bonsai it. You
And I was
just
like,
answered that.
Yeah, you just did, because I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm sure you can bonsai any plant, because
Yeah.
it's just, you just cut it, you just trim it back, right? Isn't that I think that's how they do it.
Yeah, so now
So
we
I
got to
was
figure out
like-
how to do it, though. I mean,
But
we got to
now-
get...
Just
Yeah.
the comment just confirmed it.
It did.
It
Now we
did.
got to get
A fun little pot.
and I have to figure out how to keep it small,
And
right?
figure out what roots. I think with some plants you don't trim some roots, but you cut others.
Okay, so
So
we'll
I'll
have to
have to,
look that
figure
out.
out what-
Okay, we got to
Also, you have to learn to use chopsticks.
Oh, right, to
That's
cut
part-
it?
Well, you have to cut it and or catching flies.
Oh, right,
with
like Karate
chopsticks,
Kid.
Like the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
That's all part of it, right?
That's right,
That's
okay.
Miyagi.
They,
Miss Miyagi was trying to
the-
make those little bonsais.
I have some grape myrtle seeds that I've been wanting to grow for a
Oh,
long time because it
okay.
was from our grape myrtle that we had outside. I think it's still alive. I know you say it's dead, but I think it's still alive.
Okay, I hope
I
so.
think it is.
I'm watering it.
Those are amazing.
That stick
You know-
gets a lot of water.
Out in the desert, you see a stick and you think it's dead, but you never know. We get a lot of plants that look dead, but then they get water and they're back.
Yeah.
All of our trees that we get around here, die. They look like they're dead in the winter. They don't have any leaves.
Yeah.
They're nothing but sticks. But then they just come blooming out in the summertime.
I remember somebody said, we had a comment when we were building Shay's room, and it was the winter months, and they said, "Oh, like that poor tree! You've killed that poor tree because you've built that there was structure in there. You've killed the horse." And I was looking at the video, going, "Yeah, it really does look dead, but it's not dead." But I remember it was so funny.
It's
Anyway,
just because,
so anyway, we're hoping we're watering it, but I don't know. It's brittle and breaks off at the ends, and I think that's not a good sign.
No. Typically, if it breaks like that, it's not. But the base, if the base has if the roots are even slightly alive, they'll come back.
Yeah, I figure we might get a little thing that pops up there, but
then we can just turn it back at the base and start it again.
Oh man, that's going to be a long process. So, but oh well, I'll take it if it comes up. I'll be so happy.
Speaking about long process, we were watching some YouTube videos, and we learned about a little bit about the in Israel the.
The date palms.
Date palms, how they grow them a lot. Apparently, they found this ancient date palm, and they only had like a few of them, and they grew. And they're like,
2,000-year old.
They're like 2,000 years old.
They had to crossbreed it, though.
Well, first of all, they had like 5 or 6 seeds.
They didn't. They had a bunch of them.
Oh,
and
I see
for
that.
whatever
You're
reason,
right.
one guy was like, let's see if it plants. He got it to plant and grow. And then they were like, oh my gosh, so they had more of them, and they ended up planting more of them. So you need, apparently for dates, you need a male and a female tree to make dates. So they're hoping they can get back that ancient dates that we had.
They need both a male and a female. That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, speaking of which, that got us really excited about dates. So I bought them.
Yeah,
I bought some dates to grow, and they're the yellow kind. I'm not familiar enough with dates yet.
Was it Brie High or Brahmhigh?
It's like Bar High. Bar High something.
Yeah, so you're hoping to get those to grow out. The terrain looks so similar to ours.
And they say like the desert obviously is a good place for them. They like the heat. As far as I understand, as long as it doesn't get below 20 Fahrenheit, we're good. We do have some nights that hit that. But if we plant it next to something warm, maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. But I know some places close to us, about a couple hours away, grow palm trees. So
and I know they have those.
Zone.
They have that date farm out by my folks' house, and that's out in Nevada.
And they get colder than us.
I think they get colder, in some of those areas.
So I think we're gonna be good with that. It'll be really exciting to plant some. I don't know how long they take to have dates, but
you just got to try.
You just got to do it.
Well, you just got to get the male and the female to go on a date, and then.
Oh boy, that's bad.
That's probably why they're called dates.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Because they need a date to make dates.
There you go. Yeah. Just a lonely male out there, so I'm glad that they found some other ones.
Yeah.
For him. For 2,000 years old, they look pretty good.
Oh, yeah. They're talking about the tree. Jeez, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You can find a seed that's 2,000 years old, plant it, and it grows. That means that plant has not been tainted at all for 2,000 years. That is insane, because we're going to have dates exactly like they had 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, and wasn't there that young guy from the Midwest? I can't remember. He had some sort of heirloom seed company, and he would travel all over the world looking for those native seeds in different areas and ancient seeds. And
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. I don't know how much they really taint over the years, but, it's still really cool, though, to have that.
Okay, Shelley Welsh asks, what is the breed of Yui, the pig?
Potbelly?
I don't know.
He's not. He's Julian.
Oh,
Julian.
He's a Julian.
Julian.
Yeah. And, his name is actually... Yui. Thank you, Shelley. His name is actually Yui because when he was little, he kept taking U-turns. So, so Bree named him Yui.
He's pretty funny, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He's still out there scrounging around, lifting up rocks, tearing up stuff.
So,
yeah.
Perfect.
You're going to say what we did?
No, go ahead.
Well, yesterday, Bree was, she was relaxing because she was starting to feel a little funny, and so of course she always feeds him every morning, and we totally forgot to feed him.
Oh boy. I don't know if you know pigs, but you never want to forget about
He
that.
was at the door. He was not happy with us, but we got him.
They
we got
will
him
let
fed.
you know.
I mean, it's not like he's got a ton to eat out in the
Oh,
backyard.
he does.
But
It's just out of pure habit that
Yeah.
he wants his food. And it's not like this food, we give him so little bit. It's not even enough to sustain him because he's already
That's
eating
the point.
Yeah.
everything else in the backyard. He doesn't need
It's a treat for him every evening. you
yeah,
know?
It's just really
he
a
takes that
treat,
big
yeah.
pig nose of his and puts it up against the window, and he kind of like scratches in, "Feed me," with his nose. It's
Yeah.
just a mess.
Yeah.
It's fun.
it's like the opposite of Charlotte's Web. He's the one who draws the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
yeah.
right. Writes
Draws
out the
"Feed
words.
me."
yeah.
Feed me.
Well, I think we're probably want to wrap this up here. We sure appreciate everybody having some time with us today, and us with you. We enjoy this a lot. So, and we do want to make sure that you understand that we're going to do this every week. This is a podcast. We don't necessarily film the podcast. I think in the future we will be doing that, and adding a little other dimension to this whole thing. This would be cool. And then, but in the future, that's what we're planning for, trying to get ready for.
Yeah, so be sure that if you were the winner of the giveaway, be sure to comment if you haven't already in the comments below, and we'll be getting in contact with you and get an address and get that canvas started to print out for you. and
Yeah.
sent out.
Yep, we'll make that all happen. So I'm hoping everybody gets a chance to listen to the podcast on the front end of the podcast,
Yeah.
because that's where the winners were announced. We may try to get the word out again in the another section or something. We'll try to get the word out to who the winners were.
Might be able to post it on the YouTube community section. Maybe.
Yeah, we have a community section. We can
On
post
the
it there too.
community So
Perfect.
might be able to do that. I
Yep.
don't know.
No, it's there. That's what it's probably for. So that kind of thing.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you, and we'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.